Welcome back to Grilling and Smoking by Micah. Today's cook, I'm going to be doing beef ribs again. This time, I'm going to do them just a little bit different than I did last time. Beef ribs is basically steak, right? I mean, don't they cut the ribeye from the rib? Maybe it's just a little bit different cut of the rib that we get for beef ribs, but either way, I'm going to be treating it like steak. So let's get started. All right, everybody, to prepare these beef ribs, just be using some extra virgin olive oil. Get that rubbed on real good. After washing the oil off my hands, I've got some garlic sea salt I'm going to put on here. And what I'm doing with these ribs, different than the ribs I've cooked in the past, is it's beef, so I'm going to treat it like steak. So I like a little garlic sea salt and a little fresh cracked pepper on my steaks. So that's how I'm going to do these ribs. Also, I will not be removing the membrane off the backside. I was watching a program, I do not know if it was on Food Network or Travel Network, but a guy that did his ribs, he left the membrane on. He felt it kept the juices in the ribs, and then he would remove the membrane before serving. So we're going to give that a try and see how we like that. So I've got 2 more ribs to do, and then we'll meet you out at the grill. I got the grill up to temperature now, and I know this is kind of basic, but I'm going to say it anyhow because it took me a while to learn when I was starting off with smoking. Make sure you let your grill get up to the temperature you want, especially if you're using a grill for smoking. Reason being, there's nothing worse than putting the food on the grill and then putting the lid on, and if it's too hot, you're going to start cooking that meat at a hotter temperature and faster than you want. So just take your time and make sure you get the temperature right where you want it. And because I have 4 of these rack of beef ribs, you see I'm using my elevated grate there so I can cook all 4 at the same time. Now you're going to have to keep an eye on it because this temperature up here is going to be hotter than what the probe is reading down here. So I'm going to get the lid on there and get it adjusted. I'm going to cook around 225, 250, 275, somewhere in there. And as always, my favorite hickory wood. We'll check on it here in about an hour. It has been 1 hour and I've been able to keep the temperature right around 250. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate everything. So to do that, I need to get this off, set that aside. I'm just going to rotate these. Okay. And with this, it should be just as easy. Man, that is warm. Just turning that around. Perfect. So get the lid back on there, get that lid adjusted so we maintain that 250, and we'll be back in another hour. We are in hour number 2 now, and you can see that these ribs on top have really drawn up. So let me get this off, and what I'm going to do is the ribs on bottom I'm going to put on top, and the ribs on top I'm going to put on bottom. Okay, got that on there. And grab some more smoke wood and put on there, get the lid on it. We'll be back in about, I think this time I'm gonna give it about 30 minutes. We'll be back to check on it. It's been another 30 minutes. I've removed the top rack and it's now time to baste my ribs. And like I said, I was treating it like steak. It's going to be basting it with some A1. Get that brushed on there. You can see the hickory wood that I had left in there has caught on fire. I'm gonna get the top rack back on and get that basted with some A1. Let it go another 30 minutes. We'll be back out after that to get it all taken off. It's been an additional 30 minutes. I am going to take these off. I'm gonna let them rest for about 10 minutes. I'll get them cut up, plated up, and we'll give them a try. Meet you inside. Get it all plated up. Got some nice macaroni and cheese. My wife slaved to make the shell-shaped noodles in a Velveeta type substance. And here are ribs. Got a pretty nice looking smoke ring there. Let's give them a try. Man, can you see that? Can you see that little bitty smoke ring there? Looks good, right? Okay, let's give this a try. Extremely tender. Taste the black pepper. Taste that hickory. Little touch of that A1 that I basted it with. Guys, that good rib. I don't know if you've ever smoked beef ribs, but if you haven't, do yourself a favor and smoke you some. That is really, really good. Guys, I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up. If you hadn't yet subscribed to me, please do so. You can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, G+, right here on YouTube. Until next time, we'll see you then.